Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last episode, we got all we needed to go right back into trial. We know who the killer is, I think. Yeah, we know Phoenix doesn't. Not for... Actually, no, Phoenix does. I'm misremembering. Look, we've got all the pieces of the puzzle. That's what matters. Let's get into this. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. And by the truth, Edgeworth means he will try his damnedest to prove that the murder did not take place where we say it took place. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. Ain't that the truth? And then again, this is his second trial against us. Our first trial was against Winston Payne. And we've already kicked his butt once, so... yeah, he is reasonably on edge, considering we've managed to basically pull this off from near the brink of defeat. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. Miss Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Dee Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in the Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. Of course you do. Sorry if my adjustment of the mic created unnecessary noise there. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Phoenix, what is with you and the innuendos? My God, man. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer Oh, a little before noon? The meeting began at noon, sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. No, you did not. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Oh, wait, no. She was right about that. Right. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio One. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey's head toppling over? I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Okay. Right, you entered a little before noon. The meeting began at noon, ended at 4. Right. Only thing I can disprove is the steaks. Because the food at the trailer had no bones. One person is enough. One person is not enough to verify your statement now. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had the time to eat a T-bone steak. I'm still impressed that she supposedly ate the bones, too. We have evidence, but I didn't think that would work, so I pressed instead. I forgot that I could just present it flat out and didn't have to press. The fun of having not played these games in a few years. Right. Okay, so we present the steak plate here. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. Well, what's this now? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the I tripped over my words. This plate was on the table in the employee area. I don't know why I had initially started making the sounds for the employee part of that sentence before I got to table. End result was something along the lines of this plate was on the employee area, which is just a weird way to phrase that. And I realized that mid-sentence. I'm only repeating it because it was so dumb. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? Easy, you swallow the bone whole. I think I know how. Okay, as funny as it would be to say you ate the bone too, because let's be honest about this. If it was a T-bone steak, it couldn't have been a boneless steak. I think we definitely have to go with the right answer here. I've already taken a hit, and I don't want to show you what happens when you fail, because I couldn't do that to willpowers. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. I said Phoenix's line before he did. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Now for the whole thing where we have to prove our statement, because otherwise it sounds insane. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't, could you? I think you would have had great difficulty, a great deal of difficulty, using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai was not the murder, and the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Nor was the samurai, for that matter. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the spear was not the murder weapon. I mean, it's broken. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. No, it isn't No, that isn't Edgeworth. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now, tell me, how is that possible? For someone to stab a man who is wearing a fake costume with this through the chest. Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? I'm driving at the evidence. Think about what your... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Edgeworth is very frustrated. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. 5-year-old photo. Look at this photo. Well, what is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this about? This photograph from 5 years ago is from 5 years ago. Whoops. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept... Yeah. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? Well, what? Are you saying yes? What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 on the day of the murder. Miss Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though, whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. You've got that right, Mr. Edgeworth. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho ho, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright? Let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? Easy, you were the one to discover it. The break-in, the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed to his, off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. I mean, that's it. Technically, yeah, she could move it. You'd be surprised, I bet she could do it. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things. When people have a car, they can do amazing things. Mr. Wright, this is not an episode of That's Incredible. If you claim she did everything in 15 minutes, let me guess, show me proof. Correct, show me proof. How am I supposed to do that? Then I won't have you making unsubstantiated claims I mean, the car is a way to carry the body, but Ha! I need only look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to reconsider your claim? I mean, again, the van is a way to move the body, but this is dumb. I love this game, but this is one of the points where it's kinda dumb. Like, I'm sorry, but that's what I was getting at, damn it. What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands? Like, I thought that was what I was answering, but for instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. What did I just... hold that so I could prove that there was a way she could carry the body. I love this game. This part of the game gives me a headache. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Thank you, game. Thank you for shooting me in the foot when I tried to give this answer before. Ace Attorney is like that sometimes, unfortunately. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sol take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sol drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he wasn't. Are you seriously suggesting that's possible? Of course I'm not serious. Oh, I thought he was accusing Salmonella of also committing the murder. Whoops. I misinterpreted that. And that's on me. I was kidding to lighten up the proceedings. Lighten, you can't lighten up a murder. Mr. Wright, the court requests that you refrain from making claims in jest. Yes, Your Honor. Of course, Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Everyone's in stunned silence. She just admitted to murder on the stand and they're not arresting her immediately. So, what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost something like that? I just said that. Next time on Let's Play Ace Attorney, I will get over the fact that I've somehow managed to screw up a case I should know by heart given the amount of times I've played this game. And we will continue the rest of this trial because it's so close to the end. I will see you then.